Dr. Mary Edwards Walker was a remarkable woman who lived in the mid-19th and early 20th centuries. She was a trailblazer, a feminist, and an advocate for equal rights for women. Born in Oswego, New York in 1832, Walker was the youngest of 7 children. Her father, Alva Walker, was a farmer and self-taught doctor who instilled in his daughter a love of medicine and a belief in the importance of education. Her mother, Vesta Whitcomb Walker, was a homemaker who encouraged her daughter's independent spirit. Walker attended Valley Seminary in Fulton, New York, and then Syracuse Medical College, where she graduated with a medical degree in 1855. She was one of only a handful of women to become a doctor at the time. After she graduated, Walker married another medical student, Albert Miller, on November 16, 1855. They started practicing together in Rome, New York. Their practice did not succeed because the public did not want a female doctor.
When the Civil War began in 1861, Walker wanted to join the Union's efforts and fight for others' freedoms, as she did her whole life. She went to Washington, but was not allowed to serve as a medical officer because she was a woman. She decided to still serve as a volunteer surgeon at the U.S. Patent Office Hospital in Washington. At the time, the Army had no female surgeons, so Walker was only allowed to practice as a nurse. After this, she organized the Women's Relief Organization that helped families of the wounded who came to visit their loved ones at the hospital. In 1862, Walker moved to Virginia and started treating soldiers who fought on the front lines. She also wrote to the War Department in September of that year requesting to become a spy, but she was not able to go. However, in 1863, her request to practice as a surgeon was finally accepted. She became the first female U.S. Army surgeon as a contract acting assistant surgeon, civilian, in Ohio. During the Civil War, Walker volunteered as a surgeon for the Union Army. She served at several major battles, including the First Battle of Bull Run, where she worked tirelessly to treat wounded soldiers. She was later captured by Confederate forces and held as a prisoner of war for 4 months before being released in a prisoner exchange.
Walker's advocacy for women's rights often brought her into conflict with society's norms and expectations. She was arrested several times for wearing men's clothing, which was considered a crime at the time. She refused to back down, however, and continued to wear what she believed was practical and comfortable clothing. She also wrote numerous articles and speeches arguing for women's rights and the importance of education and equal opportunities for women.
In 1917, Walker received the Congressional Medal of Honor for her service as a surgeon during the Civil War. She was the first woman only to receive this honor, and her bravery and dedication to the cause of freedom and equality were recognized by the government and the American people. However, Walker's life was not without controversy. Some criticized her for her unconventional clothing choices and her outspokenness on controversial issues, including women's suffrage and the rights of African Americans. Despite the challenges she faced, Walker remained committed to her beliefs and her work. She was a tireless advocate for women's rights and worked to break down barriers that prevented women from achieving their full potential. She was also a talented writer and speaker, using her platform to raise awareness about issues that were important to her and to inspire others to fight for their rights.
Today, Dr. Mary Edwards Walker is remembered as a pioneer in the women's rights movement and a trailblazer for women in medicine. Her courage, determination, and dedication to the cause of freedom and equality continue to inspire people around the world. Her legacy serves as a reminder that the fight for women's rights is ongoing and that there is still much work to be done to achieve true gender equality. Dr. Mary Edwards Walker was a remarkable woman who made significant contributions to the field of medicine and women's rights. Her life was marked by courage, determination, and a deep commitment to making the world a better place. She challenged social norms and expectations, paving the way for future generations of women to pursue their dreams and fight for their rights. Her legacy is a powerful reminder of the importance of standing up for what you believe in and fighting for.